Happy Chinese New Year, and welcome to what has become an annual Lunar New Year event here at the Abbey, requested by our friends of Sravasti Abbey in Singapore and now Malaysia. And in a few moments, we'll be starting a Chittamani Tara practice to welcome in the new year. And it's wonderful that so many people could join us online as well. So we're bringing together our warm hearts and our aspirations to purify our minds and create a lot of merit to start the new year. And at the end of the practice, we'll dedicate that this year of the wood dragon be an auspicious year for all sentient beings, bringing everyone good health and long life and harmony, happiness, and prosperity, especially prosperity in the Dharma. We'll also make special prayers and dedications that the Friends of Sravasti Abbey on their behalf. And then we'll also dedicate merit for our kind Friends of Sravasti Abbey, donors as well. They've been supporting the Abbey even before Venerable bought the land when she met them years ago, met you years ago. And most recently, their energy and contributions have been so instrumental in raising the funds for the Tara room for the Buddha Hall. So you're all welcome and invited to participate along with us in this practice. There will be slides on the screen in just a few moments. You can easily follow along. And then 3 times in the practice, we'll be reciting homages to the 21 Taras. And the numbers, how many times we'll recite that, will be projected as well. And you'll see that members of the community will stand up and move behind the camera to do long prostrations. So if you're inclined to do that at home, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, just putting your hands together as we recite the praises is an added bonus. Then FOSAs of Singapore have made specific prayer requests for some people in their lives. And so just before the very last dedication, we will pause and read out the names of all the people those special prayers are directed to. So tonight, our chant master is Venerable Sangye Kadro. She's going to give us a short introduction to the Tara practice, and then we'll begin. Thanks for joining us.
So, good evening, and we're very happy to have all of you joining us. In the Tibetan tradition, it's said that this period of time, the first 15 days of the Lunar New Year, is a special time related to some incidents in the life of the Buddha when he performed various miracles to subdue some philosophers, religious teachers that had challenged him to a kind of duel of powers. And so it's like a special time. And it said that any merit that we create during these first 15 days is multiplied by 100 million times. So we have the chance to create a vast amount of merit tonight. And it's good to make good use of this time on your own and create as much merit as you can between now and the full moon day. So I'll first just give some introduction to the practice of Tara, in case some of you are not familiar. Tara is a female Buddha. So she's fully enlightened and she embodies all the enlightened qualities. Omniscient mind, universal compassion, love for all living beings without exception, totally dedicated to helping all living beings to reach enlightenment as well. And her name means liberator, or the one who liberates. She first generated bodhicitta, the aspiration to become enlightened, long ago, during a lifetime when she was a princess. And every day she would make many offerings to the Buddha and his Sangha. And she also worked to help sentient beings be free of suffering. Some monks who came to know of her aspiration suggested that she pray and dedicate her merits to take rebirth as a male. In her reply, she spoke to them about emptiness, saying, "Here there is no man, there is no woman, no self, no person, and no consciousness. Labeling male or female has no essence, but deceives the evil-minded world. And then she went on to vow that she would always remain in female form, saying, "There are many who desire enlightenment in a man's body, but none who work for the benefit for sentient beings in the body of a woman. Therefore, until samsara is empty, I shall work for the benefit of sentient beings in a woman's body." She continued to practice and follow the path, and when she became fully enlightened, she became known as Tara the Liberator. So there are many benefits that we can obtain by doing Tara practice, such as clearing away obstacles, both outer and inner, creating a lot of merit, purifying non-virtue, and obtaining whatever we wish for, even things in this life. But the main reason to engage in Tara practice is to be able to attain all the realizations of the path to enlightenment, especially bodhicitta and the wisdom of emptiness. So Lama Yeshe once said, "Tara is known as the mother of all Buddhas. This is because she is the wisdom of reality, and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are born from this wisdom. This wisdom is also the fundamental cause of happiness, and our own spiritual growth comes from this wisdom. And Mother Tara has much wisdom to manifest many aspects, sometimes peaceful, sometimes wrathful, in different colors, all to help sentient beings." So there's actually different forms of Tara, and in this practice we're about to do, we visualize green Tara, the main figure, and 21 other aspects of Tara. They all have different colors and different hand mudras and so on, and they help us in different ways, but we don't need to know all those details now. We can just, feel that Tara is there, and around her are these other 21 Taras. And if you are interested to know more about these other Taras, you can read Venerable Children's book, which is called How to Free Your Mind. So that's all about Tara and the 21 Taras and how to do the practice. And so there are various prayers that will be repeated in this practice. Some are probably familiar to you, like the prayer of refuge and bodhicitta, and then offering the mandala. And then there's a set of verses called the 21 Praises, where we recite a verse to each of the 21 Taras. And some of these, like the 21 Praises and the mandala offering, we'll do some of them in the full-length form, but some in abbreviated forms, and these will be shown on the screen, so you just have to follow that. So do the best you can to follow along, and have confidence that even if you have difficulty visualizing and even understanding what's going on in every part of the practice, doing it with a good motivation, the bodhicitta motivation, means that you are definitely creating virtue. So let's take a few minutes to generate a good motivation, the bodhicitta motivation. So right now we are at the beginning of a new lunar year, the year of the wood dragon. And we naturally want things to go well this year for ourselves, our family, and our friends. Now let's see if we can expand that wish to include the whole world and even the whole universe, if you can do that. Think of all living beings, both human beings and non-human beings. All of them basically are just like us. They have minds, thoughts, feelings. They want to be happy, have good experiences. And they don't want any bad experiences, any suffering. Nevertheless, because their minds are not clear and pure like Buddha's mind, they have afflictions like greed, hatred, ignorance, pride, jealousy, and so on, which disturb their mind and impel them to create non-virtuous karma, which is the cause of suffering. And because they're confused about the true nature of things, even on the conventional level, understanding cause and effect, karma, they don't know how to create virtue, the cause of happiness. So they're in a really sad and miserable situation, life after life in samsara. And in the eyes of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, all these beings are incredibly precious, just like their children. And they're totally dedicated to helping them. If we respect the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, it's good that we try to adopt that same way of thinking, caring about sentient beings and doing what we can to help them, and at least try not to harm them. So let's think of all of these beings as we do this puja tonight. You can imagine them all sitting around us in human form and doing the puja along with us. If it's difficult to visualize that, you can just think that you're doing the practice for the benefit of all those beings. To help them be free of suffering and the causes of suffering, and help them achieve happiness and its causes, all the way up to the highest happiness of full enlightenment or awakening. And if you have some understanding of emptiness, you can include that. Remember that we ourselves, all those other beings, all the Taras, the Buddhas, the Bodhisattvas, and all phenomena in samsara and beyond, all these things have the same ultimate nature. They're empty of existing, truly, inherently, independently from their own side. Okay, so we begin with the prayer of refuge. I and all sentient beings, the migrators as extensive as space, from now on till we achieve the essence of awakening, go for refuge to the glorious sacred gurus. We go for refuge to the perfect Buddhas, the blessed ones. We go for refuge to the sacred Dharma. We go for refuge to the exalted Sangha. I and all sentient beings, the migrators as extensive as space, from now until we achieve the essence of awakening, go for refuge to the glorious sacred gurus. We go for refuge to the perfect Buddhas, the blessed ones. We go for refuge to the sacred Dharma. We go for refuge to the exalted Sangha. I and all sentient beings, the migrators as extensive as space, from now until we achieve the essence of awakening, go for refuge to the glorious sacred Gurus. We go for refuge to the perfect Buddhas, the blessed ones. We go for refuge to the sacred Dharma. We go for refuge to the exalted Sangha. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by engaging in generosity and the other far-reaching practices, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened the Dharma and the Sangha. By the merit I create by engaging in generosity and the other far-reaching practices, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by engaging in generosity and the other far-reaching practices, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. Especially for the sake of all mother sentient beings, quickly and still more quickly by every means, I shall attain the precious state of fully accomplished Buddhahood. For this purpose, I shall practice the yoga of the Venerable Aryatara. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free of suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings not be separated from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free of bias, attachment, and anger. Om Sabhava Shuddha Sawa Dharma Sabhava Shuddham. Everything is empty. From the state of emptiness, I rise instantly in the form of the Venerable Aryatara. Om Vajra Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Om Pe Om Sabhava Shuddha Sawa Dharma Sabhava Shuddham. Everything is empty. From the state of emptiness, from Yam comes an air mandala, from Ram a fire mandala, from A a vast and spacious wisdom kapala. Inside there are 5 meats and 5 nectars. They melt to become a great ocean of transcendental wisdom. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum. Om Vajra Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Om Pe Om Sabhava Shuddha Sawa Dharma Sabhava Shuddham. Everything is empty. From the state of emptiness, Kam appears, and from this 8 skull cups, inside each is the letter Hum. From the Hums, the individual offering elements appear, by nature empty, functioning to generate extraordinary uncontaminated bliss, being the objects enjoyed by the 6 senses. Om Vajra Argama Om, Om Vajra Padyama Om Vajra Pupaya Om, Om Vajra Dupaya Om Vajra Alokaya Om Vajra Gendaya Om Vajra Nyudaya Om Vajra. In the space in front is a lion throne. Upon cushions of a lotus and full moon sits my root guru, who is inseparable from Tara of the rosewood forest. Above her are Tisha, the Kadam Geshis, and the direct and indirect gurus. Around the guru are the 21 Taras, deities, Yidams, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, pure solitary conquerors, and oath-bound protectors. Holy body which encompasses all Buddhas, Vajra holder, soul, essence, and root, of the three jewels. To all gurus I prostrate, great compassionate protector, unknowing teacher, field of merit and good qualities, vast as an ocean. To the Tathagata I bow, through purity free from attachment, through virtue freeing from the lower realms, the unique supreme ultimate reality. To the Dharma that is peace I bow, having freed themselves, showing the path to freedom too, well established in the trainings, the holy field endowed with good qualities. To the Sangha I bow, holy body which encompasses all Buddhas, Vajra holder, soul essence and root of the three jewels. To all gurus I prostrate, great compassionate protector, all-knowing teacher, of merit and good qualities, vast as an ocean. To the Tathagata I bow, through purity freeing from attachment, through virtue freeing from the lower realms, the unique supreme ultimate reality. To the Dharma that is peace I bow, having freed themselves, showing the path to freedom too, well established in the trainings, the holy field endowed with good qualities. To the Sangha I bow, holy body which encompasses all Buddhas, Vajra holder, soul, essence, and root of the three jewels. To all gurus I prostrate, great compassionate protector, unknowing teacher, field of merit and good qualities, vast as an ocean. To the Tathagata I bow, through purity free from attachment, through virtue free from the lower realms, unique supreme ultimate reality. To the Dharma that is peace I bow, having freed themselves, showing the path to freedom too, well established in the trainings, endowed with good qualities. To the Sangha I bow, Om Sarva Tathagata Sapare Vare Argam Pratitsa Hum Soha. Om Sarva Tathagata Sapare Vare Pajam Pratitsa Hum Soha. Om Sarva Tathagata Sapare Vare Pupe Pratitsa Hum So. Om Sarva Tathagata Sapare Vare Dupe Pratitsa Hum So. Om Sarva Tathagata Sapare Vare Aloke Pratitsa Hum So. Om Sarva Tathagata Sapare Vare Kende Pratitsa Hum So. Om Sarva Tathagata Sapare Vare Nude Pratitsa Hum So. Om Sarva Tathagata Sapare Vare Om Sarva Tathagata Sapare Vare Om. To the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas I prostrate and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and imanent, transformed. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time. I rejoice in the virtues of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until cyclic existence ends and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate all the virtues of myself and others to the Great Awakening. Om Vajragranda, Om mighty golden ground, Om Vajra Fensa, Om the iron fence around the edge. In the center is Mount Meru, the king of Mount. In the east, the continent Videha. In the south, Jambudvipa. In the west, Godanaya. In the north, Kuru. In the east are the continents Dea and Videha. In the south, Kamara and Apar Kamara. In the west, Shata and Uttar Mantrina. In the north, Kurava and Kaurava. Here are the precious mountain, wish-granting tree, wish-fulfilling cow and cloud harvest. Here are the precious wheel, precious jewel, precious queen, precious minister, precious general, great treasure vase. Here are the goddess of beauty, goddess of garlands, goddess of song, goddess of dance, goddess of flowers, goddess of incense, goddess of light, goddess of perfume. Here are the sun, moon, precious parasol, and victory banner. In the center are the marvelous riches of gods and humans, with nothing missing, pure and delightful. I offer these as a Buddha field to my glorious, holy, kind Guru, the lineage gurus, and especially to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and attendant deities. Please accept these with compassion for the sake of migrating beings. Having accepted them, please bestow on me, Mother, sentient beings abiding as far as the limits of space, your inspiration, loving compassion. This ground anointed with perfume, flowers strewn Mount Meru, foreland sun and moon, imagined as a Buddha land and offered to you. May all beings enjoy this pure land. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamneyatayami. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddha, the Dharma, Sangha. By the merit I create by engaging in generosity and the other far-reaching practices, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by engaging in generosity and the other far-reaching practices, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by engaging in generosity and the other far-reaching practices, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. May I be inspired to follow with devotion and thought and action the spiritual friend who is the source of all accomplishments of goodness, and by acquainting my mind with the path pleasing to the victorious ones, may I attain peerless awakening. May I be inspired to follow with devotion and thought and action the spiritual friend who is the source of all accomplishments of goodness, mind with the path pleasing to the victorious ones. May I attain peerless awakening. May I be inspired to follow with devotion and thought and action the spiritual friend who is the source of all accomplishments of goodness, and by acquainting my mind with the path pleasing to the victorious ones, may I attain peerless awakening. Gods and demigods bow their crowns to your lotus feet. You were rescued from all poverty. Mother taught to you I prostrate. Gods and demigods bow their crowns to your lotus feet. You were rescued from all poverty. Mother taught to you I prostrate. Gods and demigods bow their crowns to your lotus feet. to rescue from all poverty. Mother Tara, to you I prostrate. Om Maya Tare Saparivar Narga Pratitsa Hum Soha. Om Maya Tare Saparivar Padya Pratitsa Hum Soha. Om Maya Tare Saparivar Pupe Pratitsa Hum Soha. Om Maya Tare Saparivar Pupe Pratitsa Hum Soha. Arya Tare Saparivar Aloke Pratitsa Hum Soha. Om Arya Tare Saparivar Kende Pratitsa Hum Soha. Om Arya Tare Saparivar Nude Pratitsa Hum Soha. Om Arya Tare Saparivar Om Maya Tare Saparivar. Om. Reverently I bow down to our altar and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and mentally transformed. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the virtues of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until cyclic existence ends, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate all the virtues of myself and others to the great awakening. Om Vajra ground, Om mighty golden ground, Om Vajra fence, Om the iron fence around the edge. In the center is Mount Meru, the king of mountains. In the east, the continent Videha. In the south, Jambudvipa. In the west, Godanaya. In the north, Kuru. Continent and Videha. In the south, Kamara and Upper Kamara. In the west, Shata and Uttar Mantrina. In the north, Kurava and Kaurava. Here are the precious mountain, rich rending tree, wish-fulfilling cow and proud harvest. Here are the precious wheel, precious jewel, precious queen, precious minister, precious elephant, precious general, great treasure vase. Here are the goddess of beauty, goddess of garlands, goddess of song, goddess of dance, goddess of flowers, goddess of light, goddess of perfume. Here are the sun, moon, precious parasol, and victory banner. In the center are the marvelous riches of gods and humans, with nothing missing, pure and delightful. I offer these as a Buddha field to my glorious, holy, and kind root, the lineage gurus, and especially to the Venerable Aryatara and assembly of deities. Please accept these with compassion for the sake of migrating beings. Having accepted them, please bestow on me and then the mother sentient beings abiding as far as the limits of inspiration with loving compassion. This ground anointed with perfume, flowers strew Mount Meru, foreland sun and moon, imagined as a Buddha land and offered to you. May all beings enjoy this pure land. Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niyatayami. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by engaging in generosity and the other far-reaching practices, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by engaging in generosity and the other far-reaching practices, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by engaging in generosity and the other far-reaching practices, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. May I and all the objects in need of protection be covered by your right hand, which was in the mudra of granting sublime realizations, and is now in the mudra of granting refuge, and be freed from the suffocation of all fears of samsara. So we'll do two full versions of the homage. Om I prostrate to the noble transcendent liberator, homage to Tara, swift and fearless, with us like a flash of light, lotus born in an ocean of tears, of chin rising through worlds protect. Homage to you whose face is like 100 ornaments gathered, and blazes with a dazzling of 1,000 constellations. Homage to you born from a gold blue lotus, and adorned with lotus flowers, essence of giving, effort and ethics, patience, concentration and wisdom. Homage to you, crown all Buddhas, whose action subdues without limb, attain to every perfection. On you the Bodhisattvas rely. Homage to you, whose to Tara and whom build the realms of desire, form in space. You grow 7 worlds beneath, then have power to call all forces. Homage to you, adored by Indra, Agni, Brahma, Vayu, and Ishvara, praised and sung by a host of spirits, zombies, sand-eaters, and yakshas. Homage to you who stray and pay, destroy external wills of man, right leg drawn in and left extended, you blaze within a raging fire. Homage to you whose Ture destroys the great fears, the mighty demons, with a wrathful frown on your lotus face, you slay all foes without exception. Homage to you, beautifully adorned by the 3 jewels gesture at your heart. Your wheel shines in all directions with a whirling mass of light. Homage to you, radiant and joyful, whose crown emits a garland of light. You by the laughter of Tutara conquer demons and lords of the world. Homage to you with power to invoke the assembly of local protectors. You bring freedom from all poverty. Homage to you with crescent moon crown, all your adornments dazzling bright. From your hair not Amitabha shines eternal with great beams of light. Homage to you who dwells in a blazing wreath, like the fire at the end of this. Your right leg outstretched and left drawn in, joy surrounds you who defeats all foes. Homage to you whose foot stamps the earth, and whose palm strikes the ground by your side. With a wrathful glance and the letter, you subdue all in the 7 stages. Homage to the blissful, virtuous, peaceful one, object of practice, nirvana's peace, perfectly endowed with Soha and Om, overcoming all the great evils. Homage to you with joyous retinue, you subdue fully all enemies' forms. The 10-letter mantra adorns you, and your knowledge whom gives liberation. Homage to Ture with stamping feet, whose essence is the seed letter home. You cause Mera, Mandar, and Vindhya, and all 3 worlds to tremble and shake. Homage to you who holds in your hand a moon like a celestial, saying tar twice and the letter pay. You dispel all poisons without exception. Homage to you on whom the kings of gods, the gods themselves and all spirits, your armor radiates joy to all, you soothe conflicts and nightmares as well. Homage to you whose eyes the sun and moon radiate with pure brilliant light, uttering hard twice into Tara, dispels extremely fearful plagues. Homage to you adorned with 3 natures, perfectly endowed with peaceful strength. O Ture, most exalted and sublime, thus the root mantra is praised, and 21 homages offered. Home I prostrate to the noble transcendent liberator. Homage to Tara swift and fearless, with us like a flash of lightning. Lotus born in an ocean of tears, of chin rising through worlds protect. Homage to you whose face is like 100 ottomans gathered and blazes with a dazzling light of 1,000 constellations. Homage to you, born from a cold blue lotus, hands adorned with lotus flowers, essence of giving, effort and patient concentration and wisdom. Homage to you, crown of Buddhas, whose actions subdues without limb, attain to every perfection. On you the bodhisattvas rely. Homage to you, Stutara and Om, fill the realms of desire, form, and space. You cross 7 worlds beneath your and have power to call all forces. Homage to you, adored by Indra, Agni, Brahma, Vayu, and Ishvara, praised and sung by hosts of spirits, zombies and eaters and yakshas. Homage to you, stray and pay, destroy external wills of magic, red lake drawn and lamp extended, you blaze within a raging fire. Homage to you, Stray destroys the great fears, the mighty deem, with a wrathful frown on your lotus face, you slay all foes without exception. Homage to you, beautifully adorned by the 3 jewels gesture at your heart. Your wheel shines in all directions with a whirling mass of light. Radiant and joyful, whose crown emits a garland of light. You by the laughter of Tutar conquer demons and lords of the world. Homage to you with power to invoke the assembly of local protectors. With your fierce frown and vibrating home, you bring freedom from all poverty. Homage to you with crescent moon crown, all your adornments dazzling. From your head not Amitabha shines eternal with great beams of light. Homage to you who dwells in a blazing wreath, like the fire at the end of this. Your right leg outstretched and left drawn in, joy surrounds you who defeats hosts of foes. Homage to you whose foot stamps the earth, and whose palm strikes the ground by your side. With a wrathful glance and the ladder home, you subdue all in the 7 stages. Peaceful one, object of practice, nirvana's peace, perfectly endowed with Soha and Om, overcoming all the great evils. Homage to you with joyous retinue, you subdue fully all enemies. The 10-letter mantra adorns your heart, and your knowledge from gives liberation. Homage to Terry with stamping feet, whose essence is the seed letter home. You cause Meru, Mandar, and Vind, and all 3 worlds to tremble and shake. Homage to you who holds in your hand a moon like a celestial, saying Tar twice in the letter Pay. You dispel all poisons without exception. Homage to you on whom the kings of gods, the gods themselves and all spirits, your armor radiates joy to all. You soothe conflicts and nightmares as well. Homage to you whose eyes the sun and moon radiate with pure brilliant light, uttering hard twice into Tara, dispels extremely fearful plagues. 3 natures, perfectly endowed with peaceful strength. You destroy demons, zombies, and yakshas, O Turi, most exalted and sublime. Thus the root mantra is praised, and 21 homages offered. Treasure of compassion, Venerable Arya, please pacify all hindrances of every transmigrator, enable us to reach immediately the city of everlasting happiness, and increase all our necessary conditions without exception. Treasure of compassion, Venerable Arya, please pacify all hindrances of every transmigrator, enable us to reach immediately the city of everlasting happiness, and increase all our necessary conditions without exception. Treasure of compassion, Venerable Arya, please pacify all hindrances of every transmigrator, enable us to reach immediately the city of everlasting happiness, and increase all our necessary conditions without exception. Gods and demigods bow their crowns to your lotus feet. You rescue from all poverty. Mother Tart, to you I prostrate. Gods and demigods, bow their crowns to your lotus feet. You were rescued from all poverty. Mother Tara, to you I prostrate. Gods and demigods, bow their crowns to your lotus feet. You were rescued from all poverty. Mother Tara, to you I prostrate. Om Aryatara Sapare Ware Argambhadyam Bhupe Dupe Aloke Kende Nude Shakta Om Aryatara Sapare Ware Om. Reverently I bow down to Aryatara and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and mentally transformed. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the virtues of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until cyclic existence ends, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate all the virtues of myself and others to the great awakening. This ground anointed with perfume, flowers strewn Mount Meru, foreland sun and moon, imagined as a Buddha land and offered to you. May all beings enjoy this pure land. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamviratayami. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by engaging in generosity and the other far-reaching practices, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by engaging in generosity and the other far-reaching practices, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by engaging in generosity and the other far-reaching practices, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. May I and all objects in need of protection be covered by the right hand, which was in the mudra of granting sublime realizations, and is now in the mudra of granting refuge, and be freed from the suffocation of all the fears of samsara. So now we'll do one long and then two short homages to the 21 Taras. Om, I prostrate to the noble transcendent liberator. Homage to Tara, swift and fearless, with eyes like a flash of light, lotus born in an ocean of tears, of Chenrezig three worlds protect. Homage to you, whose face is like 100 ottomans gathered and blazes with the dazzling light of 1,000 constellations. Homage to you, born from a blue lotus, hands adorned with lotus flowers, lessons of giving, effort, and ethics, patience, concentration, and wisdom. Homage to you, who crown all Buddhas, whose actions subdues without limit, attain to every perfection. On you the Bodhisattvas rely. Homage to you, whose tutari and whom build the realms of desire, form, and space. You grow 7 worlds beneath your feet, and have power to call all forces. Homage to you, adored by Indra, Agni, Brahma, Vayu, and Ishvara, praised and sung by hosts of spirits, zombies, and eaters, and yakshas. Homage to you, whose and bay destroy external wheels of magic, right leg drawn in and left extended, you blaze within a raging fire. Homage to you, whose Ture destroys the great fears, the mighty demons. With a wrathful frown on your lotus face, you slay all foes without exception. Homage to you, beautifully adorned by the 3 jewels gesture at your heart. Directions with a whirling mass of light. Homage to you, radiant and joyful, whose crown emits a garland of light. You by the laughter of Tutar conquer demons and lords of the world. Homage to you with power to invoke the assembly of local protectors. With your fierce frown and vibrating hum, you bring freedom from all poverty. Homage to you with crescent moon crown, all your adornments dazzling bright. From your hand, Radhamita, shines eternal with great beams of light. Homage to you who dwells in a blazing wreath, like the fire at the end of this age. Your right leg outstretched and left drawn, joy surrounds you who defeats hosts of foes. Homage to you whose foot stamps the earth, and whose palm strikes the ground by your side. With a wrathful glance and the letter home, you subdue all in the seventh stage. Homage to the blissful, virtuous, peaceful one, object of practice, nirvana's peace, perfectly endowed with Soha and Om, overcoming all the great evils. Homage to you with joyous retinue, you subdue fully all enemies. The 10-letter mantra adorns your heart, and your knowledge whom gives liberation. Homage to Ture with stamping feet, whose essence is the seed letter, mirror and Mandar and India, and all three worlds to tremble and shake. Homage to you who holds in your hand a moon like a celestial lake, saying tar twice in the letter pay. You dispel all poisons without exception. Whom the kings of gods, the gods themselves, and all spirits, your armor radiates joy to all. You soothe conflicts and nightmares as well. Homage to you whose eyes the sun and moon radiate with pure brilliant light, uttering hard twice into Tar, dispels extremely fearful plagues. Homage to you adorned with three natures, perfectly endowed with peaceful strength. You destroy demons, zombies, and yakshas, O Ture, most exalted and sublime. Thus the root mantra is praised, and 21 homages offered. Om to the transcendent liberator, Aryatara prostrate. Homage to the glorious one who frees with Tare. With Tutar you calm all fears, you bestow all success with joy. To the sound so high I pay great homage. Om unto the transcendent liberator, Aryatara prostrate. Homage to the glorious one who frees with Tara. With Tutara you calm all fears, you bestow all success with Ture. To the sound Soha I pay great homage. Treasure of compassion, Venerable Arya, please pacify all hindrances of every transmigrator, enable us to reach immediately the city of everlasting happiness, and increase all our necessary conditions without exception. Treasure of compassion, Venerable Arya, please pacify all hindrances of every transmigrator, enable us to reach immediately the city of everlasting happiness, and increase all our necessary conditions without exception. Treasure of compassion, Venerable Arya, please pacify all hindrances of every transmigrator, enable us to reach immediately the city of everlasting happiness, and increase all our necessary conditions without exception. Gods and demigods bow their crowns to your lotus feet. You rescue from all poverty. Mother Tara, to you I prostrate. Gods and demigods bow their crowns to your lotus feet. You rescue from all poverty. Mother Tara, to you I prostrate. Gods and demigods bow their crowns to your lotus feet. You rescue from all poverty. Mother Tara, to you I prostrate. Om Arya Tare Sapare Ware Agambhadyam Pupedu Aloke Gande Nude Shaptam Om Arya Tare Sapare Ware Om. Reverently I bow down to Arya Tara and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and mentally transformed, I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the virtues of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until cyclic existence ends, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate all the virtues of myself and others to the great awakening. This ground anointed with perfumes, flowers strewn Mount Meru, for land, sun, and moon, imagined as a Buddha land and offered to you, may all beings enjoy this pure land. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamnirayami. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by engaging in generosity and the other far-reaching practices, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by engaging in generosity and the other far-reaching practices, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by engaging in generosity and the other far-reaching practices, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. From Tara's holy body, blissful nectar flows into the crown chakras of myself and all those in need of protection, filling our bodies completely and bringing every blessing and inspiration. Now we'll do one long and then 6 short homages. Om, I prostrate to the noble transcendent liberator. Homage to Tara, swift and fearless, with eyes like a flash of light. Lotus born in an ocean of tears, ocean raising three worlds protector. Homage to you, whose face is like 100 ottomans gathered, and blazes with the dazzling light of 1,000 constellations. Homage to you, born from a gold blue lotus, hands adorned with lotus flowers, lessons of giving, effort, and ethics, patience, concentration, and wisdom. Homage to you, who crown all Buddhas, whose action subdues without limit, attain to every perfection. On you the bodhisattvas rely. Homage to you, whose Tutarian home fill the realms of desire, form, and you crush 7 worlds beneath your feet, and have power to call all forces. Homage to you, adored by Indra, Agni, Brahma, Vayu, and Ishvara, praised and sung by hosts of spirits, zombies, eaters, and yakshas. Homage to you, stray and pay, destroy external wheels of magic, right leg drawn in enough to extend, you blaze within a raging fire. Homage to you, whose ray destroys the great fears, the mighty demon. With a wrathful frown in your lotus face, you slay all foes without exception. Homage to you, beautifully adorned by the 3 jewels gesture at your heart. Directions with a whirling mass of light. Homage to you, radiant and joyful, whose crown emits a garland of light. You by the laughter of Tutara conquer demons and lords of the world. Homage to you, with power to invoke the assembly of local protectors. With your fierce frown and vibrating hum, you bring freedom from all poverty. Homage to you, with crescent moon crown, all your adornments dazzling bright. From your hair not Amitabha shines eternal with great beams of light. Homage to you, who dwells in a blazing wreath, like the fire at the end of this. Your right leg outstretched and left drawn in. Joy surrounds you, who defeats hosts of foes. Homage to you, whose foot stamps the earth, and whose palm strikes the ground by your side. With a wrathful glance in the letter home, you subdue all in the 7 stage. Homage to the blissful, virtuous, peaceful one, object of practice, nirvana's peace, perfectly endowed with soul and overcoming all the great evils. Homage to you, with joyous retinue, you subdue fully all enemies. The 10-letter mantra adorns your heart, and your knowledge home gives liberation. Homage to Turi with stamping feet, whose essence is the seed letter home. You cause Meru, Mandar, and Vindhya, and all 3 worlds to tremble and shake. Homage to you, who holds in your hand a moon like a celestial, saying Tar twice and the letter Pay. You dispel all poisons without exception. Homage to you, on whom the kings of gods, the gods themselves and all spirits rely. Your armor radiates joy to all. You soothe conflicts and nightmares as well. Homage to you, whose eyes the sun and moon radiate with pure brilliant light, uttering heart twice and Tutara dispels extremely fearful plagues. Homage to you, adorned with 3 natures, perfectly endowed with peaceful strength. You destroy demons, zombies, and yakshas, O Turi, most exalted and sublime. Thus the root mantra is praised, and 21 homages offered. Om to the transcendent liberator, Aryatara, I prostrate. Homage to the glorious one who frees with Tari. With Tutara you calm all fears. You bestow all success with Turi. To the sound so high pay great homage. Om to the transcendent liberator, Aryatara, I prostrate. Homage to the glorious one who frees with Tari. With Tutara you calm all fears. You bestow all success with Turi. To the sound Soha I pay great homage. Om to the transcendent liberator, Aryatara, I prostrate. Homage to the glorious one who frees with Tari. With Tutara you calm all fears. You bestow all success with Turi. To the sound Soha I pay great homage. Om to the transcendent liberator, Aryatara, I prostrate. Homage to the glorious one who frees with Tari. With Tutara you calm all fears. You bestow all success with Turi. To the sound Soha I pay great homage. Om to the transcendent liberator, Aryatara, I prostrate. Homage to the glorious one who frees with Tara. With Tutara you calm all fears, you bestow all success with Ture. To the sun Soha I pay great homage. Om to the transcendent liberator Aryatara I prostrate. Homage to the glorious one who frees with Tare. With Tutara you calm all fears, you bestow all success with Ture. To the sun Soha I pay great homage. Those endowed with perfect and pure respect for the deities, the intelligent who recite these praises with most supreme faith, both in the evening and upon waking at dawn, will have fearlessness bestowed on them by this remembrance. After being purified of all evils completely, they will attain the destruction of all lower realms, and the 7 million conquering Buddhas will quickly grant them every empowerment. Thus they will attain greatness and go forth to the ultimate state of supreme Buddhahood. As a result, all violent poisons, whether abiding within or spreading to others, that they have eaten or drunk, by this remembrance will be completely removed, and they will eliminate completely affliction by spirits, epidemics, poisons, and all various sufferings. If for oneself or for the sake of others, these praises are read 2, 3, or 7 times sincerely, those wishing a child will have one, and those wishing wealth will attain this as well. Without obstruction, all their wishes will be granted, and every hindrance will be destroyed as it arises. Om Vajramrita Kundali Hana Hana Hom Pe Om Sobawa Shudo Sawa Dharma Sobawa Shudo Hum. Everything is empty. From the state of emptiness, from Yam appears an air mandala, from Rama fire mandala, from Maha vast and spacious wisdom Kapala. Inside there are 5 meats and 5 nectars. They melt and become a great ocean of transcendental wisdom. Om Ahom, Om Ahom, Om Ahom. Straws of light from the Vajra tongues of the Venerable Guru and deities extract the essence of the Dharma. Om Aryatar Saparivari Idam Balim Dakakakai Kai. Om Aryatar Saparivari Idam Balim Dakakakai Kai. Om Aryatar Saparivari Idam Balim Dakakakai Kai. Om Aryatar Saparivari Argambhadyam Pupe Dupe. Aloke Gande Nude Shakta. Om Aryatare Saparivari Om Ahom. Gods and demigods, bow their crowns to your lotus feet. You rescue from all poverty. Mother Tara, to you I prostrate. Venerable Aryatara and your retinue, with your non-objectifying, compassionate love, please pay attention to me. Please empower me to achieve without hindrance the aims I have requested. May the general teachings of the victorious ones and Tsongkhapa's teachings of pure wisdom, explanations, and practice spread in the 10 directions. May the holders of the teachings in the Sangha be harmonious, and may good actions increase. From this moment on, please help pacify disease, famine, and war in this country, and spread the Dharma and all auspiciousness. Please develop the powers of Dharma leaders and cause every country to be at peace. Please guide all beings from the 8 and 16 fears, harm from spirits, epidemics, bad dreams, and ill omens. Please protect all beings from the sufferings of samsara, unfortunate realms, and all fears, temporal and ultimate. Please help increase the magnificence of this life, its enjoyments and good fortune, and pacify all superstition and non-virtue. Please help all beings to quickly complete the realizations of the 3 principles of the path, the 2 tantric stages. From now until awakening is achieved, I seek no refuge other than you. Please grant your inspiration and guide me to your state with the care of a mother for her only beloved child. Om Bhima Sava Samaya Manupalaya Bhima Sava Teno Patita Dido Membawa Sutukaya Membawa Sutukaya Membawa Anarata Membawa Sawa Siddhi Meprayata Sawa Kama Sutame Chitam Shiram Kuru Ahaha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Gata Pema Mamena Pema Bhava Mahasamaya Sate Om Bhima Sava Samaya Manupalaya Bhima Sava Teno Patita Dido Membawa Sutukaya Membawa, Supukaya Membawa, Anurata Membawa, Sawa Siddhi Meprayata, Sawa Kama Sutame, Chitam Shriyam Purum, Ha 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 Ha, Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata, Pema Mamena Pema Bhava Mahasamaya Sasaram Te. Om Bhima Sava Samaya, Manupalaya, Bhima Sava Teno Patita, Dido Membawa, Sutukaya Membawa, Supukaya Membawa, Anurata Membawa, Sawa Siddhi Meprayata, Sawa Kama Sutam, Chitam Shriram Purum, Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata, Pema Mamena Pema Bhava Samaya Satam. Whatever I have done incorrectly due to not acquiring the proper materials, not fully understanding, or lack of ability, please be patient with all these mistakes. My additions and omissions, parts of the ritual that went wrong, and whatever I forgot, please be patient with this too. Together with the image here, remain for sentient beings' sake, and please bestow health and long life, riches, and the highest things. Om Supratishta Vajraye Soha. Okay, so before we do the dedication verses, we will read the names that we've been asked to pray for. So there's lots of names, so we've divided them up amongst everyone here. So everyone will be reading different names. It'll be a bit of a cacophony. Those who are online, you can just think of whoever you know that is in need of prayers and dedications, and send these prayers and merits that we've created to them.
And just to add to that, Venerable Kadro, if I may, that the prayer requests are in the categories of precious human rebirth, good health and long life, quick recovery, removing obstacles, and also good fortune for the benefactors. And as those of us here recite the names, we can take a moment to imagine each person, their life, their wish to be happy, their wish to be free of suffering, and genuinely dedicate merit for the requests made for that particular person. And also those practicing at home, and you can also dedicate your merit now from this practice, thinking of your dear ones and people you know who would benefit from your dedications.
Good rebirth. Ko Chong Ki, Li Chan Weng Chun, Li Chao Buk, Li Luan Chu, Li Tiao Chin, Lim Ao Moi, Lim Xiao Sun Anthony, Lim Hong Beng, Lim Shi Liang Marcus, Lim Shi Meng Derek, Lin Lung Ye, Lua Yam Mung, Lum Chui Kwan, Ong Abo, Ong Pui, harmonious relationships, Peng Hoc Sin, Ethan G, Cheng Su, Evie Su, Filiana, Francis, Gabriel Ko, Jeannie Chang Hui Cheng, Gu, Gui Ai Lan, Hannah Nguyen, Heng Miao Kin, Heng Po Lee, Hyung Tan Pong, Jacqueline Laurel Tan, Janet Jenny Ko, Jia Yi, Joey Tae Yu Rong, Josephine, Keng Hu Su, Hor Ki Eng, Ko Boon Keng.
So may all these dear Dharma friends and all beings everywhere in this year of the Wood Dragon be able to take auspiciousness from our practice tonight. And may all conflicts in the world be resolved. May the dragon energy be auspicious and provide all beings with abundance, both materially and spiritually. And especially, may we all cultivate our wish not to harm any living beings. Instead, may we only cultivate virtue and cultivate a heart of bodhicitta as strongly as we can in order to liberate all beings.
Due to this merit, may we soon attain the awakened state of Aryatara, that we may be able to liberate all sentient beings from their suffering. May the precious Bodhi mind, not yet born, arise and grow. May that born have no decline, but increase forevermore. Through this merit, may I and all others be taken care of by the Venerable Lady Tara. May we see the face of Buddha Amitabha in Sukhavati, and may we enjoy the Mahayana teachings. O compassionate and venerable subduer, infinite beings, including myself, soon purify the two obscurations and complete both collections, so that we may attain full awakening. For all of my lives, until I reach this stage, may I know the sublime happiness of humans and gods, so that I may become fully omniscient. Please pacify quickly all obstacles, spirits, obstructions, epidemics, diseases, and so forth, the various causes of untimely death, bad dreams and omens, the 8 fears and other afflictions, and make it so that they no longer exist. May the mundane and supermundane collections of all excellent, auspicious qualities and happiness increase and develop, and may all wishes be fulfilled naturally and effortlessly without an exception. May I strive to realize and increase the sacred Dharma, accomplishing your stage and beholding your sublime face. May my understanding of emptiness and the precious bodhicitta increase like the moon waxing full. May I be reborn from an extremely beautiful and holy lotus in the joyous and noble mandala of the conqueror. May I attain whatever prophecy I receive in the presence of Amitabha Buddha, whom I've practiced in previous lives, the enlightening influence of the 3 ton Buddhas, blue-green, 1 face and 2 arms, the swift pacifier. O Mother, holding an upala flower, may you be auspicious. Whatever your body, O Mother of Conquerors, whatever your retinue, lifespan, and pure land, whatever your name, most noble and holy, may I and all others attain only these. By the force of these praises and requests made to you, may all disease, poverty, fighting, and quarrels be calmed. May the precious Dharma and everything auspicious increase throughout the world in the directions where I and others dwell. Like the inconceivable tree, the precious vase, and the wish-granting jewel, Mother Tara, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are treasures that grant all wishes and fulfill all hopes. May they guide us and increase the signs of virtue. We'll do a few other dedication prayers. In the snowy mountain pure land, you're the source of good and happiness. Powerful Tenzin Gyatso Chenrezig, may you stay until samsara ends. May the spiritual teachers who lead me on the sacred path, and all spiritual friends who practice it, have long life. May I pacify completely all outer and inner hindrances. Grant such inspiration, I pray. May the lives of the venerable spiritual mentors be stable, and their virtuous actions spread in 10 directions. May the light of wholesome's teachings dispelling the darkness of the beings in the three worlds always increase. May the deeds of explaining and practicing the Dharma done by groups supporting the teachings and their upholders, who spread the view of dependent arising and non-violent actions in 10 directions, and especially at Sravasti Abbey in the West, flourish.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Happy New Year and good night. We'll see you soon.